A player deliberately stepping on his opponent's hand, a team that simply continues playing even though an opponent is injured, and this provocative celebration which caused chaos. Here are 30 extremely unfair moments in football. For example here, when the Ajax player said, "Hey, stop, a player is injured," and yet continued playing. Really unfair. You don't do that, just like here when the player was already celebrating before he scored the goal. Unfair, but nothing compared to what's coming next. For example, when this player ran after another player and broke his nose. But first, let's talk about this bizarre moment in the match between North Korea and Japan. During an injury break, a Japanese coach was on the pitch with water and the North Korean player wanted some too. A very unsportsmanlike action. No wonder he got a yellow card. Our number 27 was also unfair, but somehow funny too.
Goal, and perhaps we can shed some light on why that was. Here's Haaland with the ball in his hand. Oh, bump.
A little provocation from Haaland. This player also got on Ronaldo's nerves.
Here it is. O'Shea kicks it away, look.
But it's not just players who can be unfair. Here the ball boy thought he had to intervene. Roma was leading against Ajax. The Roma player ignores the ball thrown to him and wants the other ball.
A draw in the end may have been fair, but...
The ball boy threw the ball at him. Fair? No. But the time wasting before that was also unnecessary. A funny moment for us. But now to a moment that made Toni Kroos go crazy. Diaz had the ball, but he signaled, I'm injured. However, Leipzig just kept on playing.
Now then, Sesko in again for Leipzig and denied once more by Lunin.
And things also went wild during a women's game. In this clip, the referee experienced the wrath of the player.
En la parte final y hay una tarjeta roja para la jugadora Shirley Caicedo. Lo que se pierde es
And then another kick. How unfair was that? But nothing compared to Elizabeth Lampert. She was notorious in women's college football in the US. A nasty tackle, an elbow hit, or a kick to the face. But this one here went too far.
Oh my goodness, if you're gonna pull someone's pony...
No wonder she was suspended for a month for this. This action was also nasty, when the player kicked Van Persie while he was laying on the ground.
Looking for and finding Van Persie. It's all a bit tight, but Van Persie goes down. Free kick Manchester United, and it's all got a bit ugly.
Things got even wilder with our number 20. Manchester City versus Paris in 2021. City was already leading 2-0.
Performances from himself and John Stones.
Di Maria steps on Fernandinho's foot. Very unfair. The video referee intervened. Red card for Di Maria. And the scene wasn't over yet. PSG was angry.
In a moment when his team so desperately needs him.
Foden goes down, and as he lies on the ground,
that's extremely reckless.
In the end, PSG got kicked out of the Champions League. But unfair actions are not always so obvious. Here, the goalkeeper wanted to waste time and secretly untied his shoelaces. And then, hey, someone please help me with my shoes. This player also wanted to waste time when he kicked 2 balls away. Oh man. Playing against Messi must be frustrating. That's why there are always little jibs against him, like Liverpool did here. And Messi wasn't going to put up with that.
It's crazy. You see, he's fighting with Cristiano, with Messi.
And Neymar also got involved in scenes that aren't quite so fair from time to time. I mean, nasty tackles, stupid comments, it happens sometimes with him. But this unsportsmanlike action was almost funny when he pretended he wanted to shake the player's hand. The Rome derby is often heated, and here 2 players clashed. And what did Dybala do? He showed his shin pads because they have a picture of him with a World Cup trophy on them. An unnecessary and arrogant provocation. At least he didn't break his opponent's nose, like this moment at our number 1. But first, number 14. Van Persie was involved again, but this time he was the one who provoked and was even suspended for it. Turkish Cup 2017. Fenerbahce versus Beşiktaş. The score was 1-1. Van Persie scored the goal and celebrated in front of his former Arsenal teammate, with whom he had already clashed during the game. Persie received a 2-match ban for the whole incident. Our next clip was also wild. Montpellier against Lille. The score is 2-2 and we're in injury time. And then all hell broke loose. The coach ran after the player and a huge crowd of players gathered around. In the end, the player got a red card. I mean, honestly, a completely unnecessary moment. And what Bozinga did here too, also not okay. He kicks the Liverpool player, absolute crazy. And what did the referee do? Nothing. He just let the game continue.
That everyone at home can see that's the most blatant sending off you've ever seen. Ever.
But the lines were
Rude said when it happened, that's a double red.
That's unbelievable.
Now to a moment that made Mourinho freak out. In 2018 he was manager at United and played against his old club Chelsea. The score was 1-2 for United, but in injury time, Chelsea scored, making it 2-2, and Chelsea's assistant coach reacted unsportingly. At least the reaction was funny. Mourinho showed 3 fingers, 3 Premier League titles he won for Chelsea, something he likes to emphasize from time to time.
3 premierships, and I won more premierships alone than the other 19 managers together.
We've made it into the top 10, and before we get to the really unfair moments, here's something to laugh about first. When this player pretended to be injured and deliberately fell to the ground. Just ridiculous. And this action was also extremely unfair. When the player said, "Hey, stop, your teammate is lying on the ground," but the player just took the ball and carried on. Off to Poland, where world champion Podolski is still active at 40 years old. He scores great goals like this one. But it seems he is quite arrogant.
You don't look him, me? You don't lose, so wait, and shut up, and wait, shut up. And you, shut up. Now you are in the same place as me. Shut up! Come on, bye. Come, bye.
This action by the Stuttgart player was also unfair, which made the Bremen players angry.
3 minutes of time added on, and now Wembangi Tuka to seal the deal for Stuttgart.
He's alone in front of the goal and waits until the goalkeeper comes and then shoots the ball into the goal.
It's an absolute gift.
He was then given a yellow card for this unsportsmanlike behavior. And our number 6 was also highly controversial. The goalkeeper signaled, "Stop, I have to kick the ball out of play." The players were furious, but the goal counted and the goalkeeper left the pitch injured. And here too, fans and players were angry.
Saída esquisita do Pickford. Chega com muita disposição Roberto Firmino. Foi empurrado pelo Holgate.
A completely unfair action in which the player recklessly accepted an injury. No wonder Firmino was angry. And if you have to push something, hey, then at most push the subscribe button. Now the moment when the player deliberately stepped on his opponent's hand.
Get a win here. They've never needed one more than this.
Tottenham player Lamela stepped on the hand of Chelsea star Fabregas, who then ran angry to the referee. Lamela was allowed to continue because he said, "Oops, I didn't see the hand on the ground." What do you think? To me, it looks like pure intent. Just like with our number 3, when the player was injured on the ground and the opposing team continued playing anyway.
Lazio have the right to do likewise. Felipe Anderson, Immobile 1 against 1 with Skriniar, and Felipe Anderson with a tap-in!
A controversial goal. Lazio could have kicked the ball out of play, but hey, theoretically the referee has to blow the whistle if he thinks it's a serious injury. He let the play continue, and so the goal counted. Lazio won, and even after the game, things continued to get wild. Luis Felipe jumped on the back of Inter player Correa, whom Felipe had previously played with together. Correa didn't think it was very nice, and the referee also considered it unsportsmanlike behavior and gave him a red card, which literally made Felipe cry. And before we get to our number 1, let's first look at someone who has often attracted attention for unsportsmanlike behavior. Pepe, but this one here was really brutal. After that, he pushed him to the ground and lashed out at other players. Clearly a red card. And a 10-match ban on top of that. What an unsportsmanlike moment. But now the moment when a player broke Thiago Motta's nose. In 2014, PSG played against Bastia in the French league. PSG won easily 2-0, but during the game there were repeated fights between Brandao and Thiago Motta. But after the game, the scandal. Brandao waited in the players' tunnel, and when Thiago Motta arrived, he headbutted him.
Brandao s'approche et lui assène un violent coup de tête avant de s'enfuir en courant dans son vestiaire.
Motta and the other players were furious and out of words.
Wait for someone outside the pitch to do bad thing. I think that's it's not available. That's not part of football. That's so important when you give a nice example for the kids.
Brandao was subsequently banned for 6 months and even had to spend a month in prison. It doesn't get any more unfair than that. And if you need something to laugh about right now, then take a look at the funniest moments from last season.